Hello students, have a nice day to all of you. Our today's topic is upthrust in fluids, a portion from class 9 physics. Let us start. Let us discuss an activity. Consider a container of water and a rubber ball is floating on the surface of water, and we are trying to push the rubber ball inside the water by applying a force. Let us see what will happen. Of course, because of our applied force, and we are continuously applying force, the rubber ball will go inside the water, and at the same time our fingers will experience an upward force. From where the upward force is coming? The ball is submerged inside the water. So, the water is giving an upward force on the ball. Let us see what is the effect of that upward force. Consider we are removing the applied force from our side. Then what will happen? Of course, the rubber ball will go back to the surface of water because of the support of this perpendicular upward force. This perpendicular upward force given by the liquid, here it is water, and that perpendicular upward force is called upthrust. Upthrust. And let us define what is upthrust. The upward force exerted on a body by the fluid in which it is submerged is called upthrust, or another name is buoyant force. This ball was submerged inside the water, and because of this upthrust, it is able to go back to the surface of water. And this phenomenon is known as buoyancy. Hope it is clear. Next is, what is the effect of upthrust? Effect of upthrust. This also we will discuss with an example. Consider lifting of a bucket full of water from well, and inside the well we have to apply less force. What is the reason? Inside the well water is there, so water is helping us by giving an upthrust. So, we will feel a weight loss inside the well. That weight loss is called apparent weight, and that is the effect of upthrust. The weight of the body immersed in a liquid appears to be less than its actual weight. Let us see what is the actual weight. If the bucket is outside the well, means more heavy. What is the reason? We are not getting any help of upthrust here. So, we have to apply more force to lift the bucket in air. So, then what is that weight loss or apparent weight? That is equal to actual weight in air minus upthrust. That is the apparent weight or weight loss inside the liquid. That is the effect of upthrust. Next, we are going to discuss condition for a body to float or sink in a fluid. Consider a body is kept on the surface of water. So there are two forces acting on the body. One is, of course, it is a water, it is a fluid. So an upward force, that is upthrust, and a downward force, that is weight. Two forces are there. And first condition, here it is floating on the surface of water. So which force is greater? Upthrust is greater. Upthrust is supporting the body to float. So upthrust is greater than the weight. So body floats on water, and it is the first condition. And let us see the second case. Second case, also body float in water. Here float inside the water. Here also two forces are there, upthrust and a weight. Here what is the condition? Floating, but there is a difference. Here the upthrust is equal to the weight of the body. Here the body is confused because both the forces are equal. So it is confused that it will go upward or downward. So to find out a position, that is completely, whole body completely submerged inside the water like this. And so body floats in water. In water. That is the second condition. And third case, body sinks inside the water. In this case, weight of the body is more than the upthrust. That's why it sinks inside the water, because here the upthrust is not able to support the body to float. So body sinks in water. Condition is upthrust is less than weight or weight is more than upthrust. Hope it is clear. Last is reason for upthrust. Let us consider a piece of metal is completely immersed in a fluid. Pressure acting on all sides of the body. And pressure acting on the sides of the body is a lateral pressure, and it mutually cancel each other because here the height is same. Height is same at all points, and this height is same, so it mutually cancel, and this also height is same, so mutually cancel each other. Equal and opposite, so mutually cancel each other. Lateral pressures mutually cancel each other. But what about upward and downward? The downward pressure and upward pressure, there is a difference because height is different. Here height is less. So pressure is also less. That means a downward pressure is less. Downward pressure acting on the upper side of the body, and upward pressure acting on the lower side of the body. Both are different. And we know that pressure is equal to force by area. And consider, because of the height difference, here height consider it as h1. So pressure is P1, and here the height is h2. Height is more from the surface of water to here, the height is more. So pressure is also more. Consider it as P2. So because of this pressure difference, the net force, what is force? Force is equal to pressure into area. And here the net pressure is P2 minus P1 into area. This net upward force is upthrust. This net upward force is upthrust. And that means the reason for upthrust is pressure difference in lower and upper faces of body. Lower face, the pressure is more because more height. Upper face, the pressure is less because of less height. Hope it is clear. Now let us summarize. First we discussed the definition for upthrust and Then effect of upthrust. Effect of upthrust is a weight loss or apparent weight. And conditions for upthrust. There are 3 conditions. First 2 conditions, body is floating. In the first case, body is floating on the surface of water. In the second case, body is floating inside the surface of water. And the third case, body sinks in the water. And the third is reason for upthrust. Reason for upthrust is a pressure difference. Hope it is very clear. Stay connected. I will be uploading more videos. Thank you.